go and do this. Hey, what's up? Here we go. It is officially the end of week 3 and the start of week 4 here for the Macau Challenge. Isn't that crazy? We're at week 4 already. I think that's, it sounds intense. Like this is our first month in the Macau Challenge, 1 of 6.
I'm amazed that the food-wise is ridiculous for me to have lasted this long on a diet. I think this is the best I've ever done in my life. So that's pretty good.
And how's it going? How's it all feeling?
I'm on track. It's a bit tough. I'm not gonna lie. It's been extremely hard. I've got to the point now where I'm kind of not enjoying the gym, so I need to push through that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been a tough week for me. Like I procrastinated a lot right until the Saturday.
Right. In the gym or with the business?
Kind of both in a way. The business it wasn't so much procrastination, but I had to what I set myself was actually pretty challenging. So yeah, just like a kind of recap as well. I had shortly after the last call, I actually changed some of the things I was going to do because I had like a crisis I needed to avert. So I had to change my weekly goals to these new ones, which were in a way more complicated, but they were pretty high priority. So yeah, I can just to clarify those. But yeah, ready to jump into it.
Sweet. So I'm going to go through my week, and if you're just joining us, this is the Macau Challenge, and basically what we've done is Matt and I have set up a challenge in that we have physical goals and we have business goals. So we're working on our health and we're also working on our business at the same time. And we set those goals back in, I guess, week 1. And then what we're doing now is we're checking in each and every week and we're holding ourselves accountable to those tasks that we set to each other each week, whether it's hit the gym 4 times a week, whether it's set up new campaigns in our business to drive more customers, all those sorts of things we set up the week before, and we catch up on a call like this and we set it, and then the next week we check in, and if we didn't do it, we get punished. So week 1, if you haven't seen it yet, go back, check out. At the end of week 1, I actually failed, and I had to donate some money to a absolutely ridiculous cause. And so anyway, so to start with, I just want to say that and show that all my stuff has been crossed out. We had, I hit the gym 4 times. I was within my calorie range, despite having to go back for my nan's 80th birthday and eating heaps of stuff and drinking and whatever. But I made it fit in. Hit my protein goal. We booked our flights for the actual Macau thing. So I'll actually be over in the States at that time. I'll be flying first class on Cathay Pacific from LA to Hong Kong, and then from Hong Kong back to Australia. So that's going to be epic in August for you and I to catch up at the end of this challenge. So we did book the flights. Business goals. So last week I was talking about creating a room, an architect room.
Yep.
That has actually started. I had a meeting yesterday actually with a new client, and so we had that in the new architect room, and basically that room is getting its stuff delivered today. So there's a new desk going in.
Nice.
I found an old school architect's drafting board that gets delivered this week. So I found all this cool stuff, and so that's getting set up this week. So that gets crossed off.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. Live case study, I shot all of that last week as well. So that gets crossed off.
Oh, cool.
I mapped and I started the secret project. That gets crossed off. And Macau Challenge update post obviously went out. So everything got crossed off. We were all good.
I got one-on-ones.
Oh, yep, that got done too.
Okay, good stuff. And protein. Nice.
Crossed off. Yeah, so we're sweet. It all got done.
Awesome. Alrighty. I'll jump into mine then. So, So fitness ones, hit the gym 3 times. Very much pushed.
You did? Because you were struggling. Let's talk about the struggles though too.
That was hard. I was having that kind of just I don't want, like, it's been really cold here, like it's just freezing cold, and I just didn't want
it's
to go
Baltimore.
to the gym. It's Baltimore, and I was just not feeling the gym at all. And I knew, and it was one of those things where I knew I had to go 2 more times, and it was like Friday, and it was like, I gotta go today and tomorrow, it's the only way. So I had to force it in, but it was not a fun experience.
Okay.
Yeah, cheat meals were good. Did pizza Sunday and like a big steak feast on Thursday, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, and then the weight was 144.4 yesterday, which is below the 145 I set myself, which is
beautiful.
good.
So I'll cross that off.
Yeah, now we're into work stuff. So
the business.
Yeah, just to clarify, last week I said I was going to do the AdWords plan. That's the one I've changed.
Okay.
So I had the new company going, and there's been quite a few new clients coming in, and basically the management operation system was in complete disarray. Like it was just chaos. So
which kind of makes sense because you start. Obviously, it always starts. Any successful campaign starts with getting sales. Starts with making the money.
Yeah.
All right, and then you kind of worry about ops later.
But that was kind of what happened, and I just, between you and me, been putting it off that segment for a few days. So I was getting the money in.
You just like seeing the cash rain in.
Yeah, let's get more. Let's do more of that stuff. And I'm doing all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, and I'm like, I should probably get someone making these now. So.
Okay.
All
right. So you actually, can you clarify? Because we've got a referee, good old Bobby, and we have a Slack group that we're pretty much chatting in every single day and updating as we go as well. And you called out the referee and you said, "May I change task?" Basically.
Yeah, it got approved.
And it got approved. So the ref has to approve any changes during the week. So we set the task on this call. And then any changes need to get approved by the referee. And the referee is a good referee. Bobby's pretty stringent, and he'll get all the facts of the situation before he decides to grant approval or not.
Let's just say he was the one that approved me writing the comment on your initial thing on the first call.
Right.
Alrighty, so.
Oh, did he actually approve that? I don't think he approved it. I think he just didn't even respond.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he didn't respond to that.
Oh, I can't remember now. Okay, well,
anyway.
So my ones, I did the brainstorm sessions for both companies. That was...
You did that? Okay.
I had an unforeseen challenge where my pen ran out of ink and there were no pens for like 1,000,000 miles, so I had to do that, finish that the second day.
How did that go, by the way? Can you talk about, before we move on, can you talk about discoveries or what you did or the process in that?
Yeah, so, I mean, this is one of my just general workbooks. All I do is, so I've got another one here, this is something completely different, but I just write a question. I don't know if you can see it in the main camera. But I just write a question
throw
in a
it in
circle,
the main one.
And then just sit down, all distractions off, have a pen, and just write down 1,000,000 answers to the question, in like a
Fantastic.
million ways. So.
And that one's actually currently, how do I sell a $297 package?
That one there was, that's something different. That's me trying to put the price up on an offer we do. But the main questions I asked was, how do I get to X amount profit per day? And the other one was, how do I sell 4 Facebook ad packages a day for the other company? And it was just basically like a big brainstorm of ideas. And
what were some of the cool ideas that came out of that?
So hold on, I'll look at it now. Okay, so one thing I did, which is pretty cool, is I added a upsell to my other company. So when they buy the main product, it kind of gives them the opportunity to buy this new company product as well. And then it actually follows up with them twice about that.
Smart.
So, they've just bought it and it's like, oh, do you want us to do your Facebook ads as well? And they can go yes or no, and then
wow.
And then they get an email with like the confirmation or whatever. And it's like, oh, by the way, you should get your Facebook ads done as well. And it's just kind of like
fantastic,
forcing people over to the other website as well, trying to get them to buy both.
So, have you implemented that yet?
Yes, that one's done. That one's already done some money, which is good.
And that made some money. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I've also got a email that goes out. So when we like deliver the product from the main company, they get put into a mailing list, like a completed clients list, and that kind of just promotes them with like trying to make them be an affiliate. And now there's also one a couple of weeks after, going, let us do your Facebook ads, and basically that. So, and that's like why that's
cool.
Happy with us, that happy with the results and stuff like that. So yeah,
fantastic.
That's one. And there's a lot of other stuff, I guess, plenty of things.
That's good. So that's a good 2 brainstorm sessions, and that's also a good process to learn. I like that too myself, that writing the question in a big circle in the middle of a blank page and then just like smashing it out. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen that before.
Well, it's good when you,
I'd like to,
like when you want to set your goals for the week, and so, I don't know, I sometimes get in positions where I'm like, I don't even know what I can do this week. Like, what can I do to move forward? And that's kind of like when you do that exercise, and then you get like 20 different things that need to be done. So yeah,
and you pick the top 3 or whatever.
Yeah, and you just kind of like work through them. And some of them you think about the next day, and you're like, actually, that's kind of a stupid idea, and you don't do it. But
how many times have you done that? I do that all the time. I come up with an amazing idea. I think it's going to be just the be all and end all idea.
I had. That was ridiculously stupid.
Yeah.
But that was a disaster on so many levels. I didn't really like the fees from PayPal are a joke.
So yeah, have we told everyone about that yet?
I think we did
the
last
5
week.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
we did. No, we did. We mentioned it last week.
But yeah, that was an example of a disaster. But then there's a lot of just like things you read it the next day, and you're like, what did I write that for? That's like a terrible idea.
Yeah. So next one, film video for our group. Did you do that and send it through?
I did. It is with Josh.
Ah, wicked.
I didn't have Matt's email, so I sent it to Josh.
Oh, okay. Hopefully Josh forwarded that on. I think he would have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got it.
Now the next one, the third one, the AdWords campaign for the new business. That is, yeah. Where's that at?
So that's the one that got changed, and that got changed into 3 different other things. So there's a couple of things I needed to do. Number 1 was I called it email automation, which is basically where it's kind of like phase 1 of production automation for the product. So like when someone buys it, they get the thing like the questionnaire automatically. They fill out the questionnaire. That automatically assigns the task to the designer and the writer.
Right.
And it's all like auto done. And that's now set up, or
cool.
Or it was set up at the time, I should say. That was automation 1.0. Then I needed to make a big kind of like response template pack. So, we got inquiries, and we generally deal with them via email. And a lot of the time you just get the same questions. So one thing I have for my other companies is a common question and answer sheet. So if they email like, I'm interested, how does it work? Then we have like a big, good, well-written response that you can just copy paste it, like kind of personalized to everyone. So I had to build a great big note document with all the different common questions we're getting and nice responses. That way I can have someone else eventually respond to all the sales emails, but for now I'm doing it. And finally I needed to get my copywriter automated, which is kind of part of that email automation. But I needed him to be trained as well, so I was kind of training him in the writing styles and headline formats and stuff like that, and that's now done. And so I didn't have it done, but I built Automation 2.0 today because it was having a lot of, it was a bit bumpy, the first one. I was trying to use the one I used for my other company and just like forcing it onto this situation, but it didn't quite work together. So I've created a super simple thing now, which is like totally automated. So we get a sale, I can sit back and officially say it's completely going to be handled. I can just
yes, beautiful.
That's good.
That is really good. I like that. So so you just switched it. You said instead of bringing in new cash, I'm going to actually fulfill the orders that have already come in and set up a system. And this is the brilliance. Like, this is pure freedom business, right? You're setting up the systems so that it's not you doing all that work. It's unnecessary for you to do all that work. But there does need to be a machine or a system put in place. So just quickly, for everyone, how do you generally go about that? I know for me, my general automation is literally sitting down and listing out every single task that needs to go on for fulfillment, then assigning those tasks to particular team members or finding new team members to put in place. and managing that via like some sort of online system. So you use Trello, for example.
Yeah, so Automation 1.0 was done in Trello, but that was me forcing
Yeah.
my other company's automation onto this situation, which didn't work. The reason we
Okay.
use Trello for the other company is because we have a lot of projects going on, and we need like managers and different like writers and different accents and different styles of different anime. Like there's a lot of different things, but this is a very
lot of moving pieces.
yeah, this is a more consistent like bang 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 type of delivery. So I've got the little mapped out thing there. I don't know if you can see that.
Nice.
That was how it's basically structured. So the way it works is client orders product, client gets started email with questionnaire, client then fills out questionnaire. Questionnaire entry automatically creates a project file in a delivery system, and it automatically emails a copy of the questionnaire to our designer and our writer. They both know they have 3 days to complete their task, and then they upload it into the pre-made Dropbox file. So there's a folder that gets automatically created with the questionnaire, and they just upload their work to that. And then someone sends that to the client once it's done using an email template that I've pre-written. And ta-da!
Beautiful,
They got it.
beautiful. This is the way to get it done, man. This is the way to get it done. So good hustle. I'm going to give that a big cross off. And yeah, I like it. So talk to me about challenges during the week. Like before we move on and we set our goals for week 4. Still can't believe this is going to round out the first month. Yeah, talk to me about challenges for the week. I guess the hardest thing is for you right now is the physical goals, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm making progress. I think we've got 4 out of 6 abs.
Well, the weight's coming down.
Yeah, the weight's coming down. We've got the abs starting to show, but not yet. Yeah, I've had my, like, looking at...
How's the energy on a scale of 1 to 10 throughout the day? How's your energy, do you think?
It varies, I think.
Yeah,
It depends.
yeah.
I've had good days, and today's been pretty tired. But I've been to the gym and stuff, so that's probably why. It's generally, if I wake up on time, I'm good. If I wake up late, I'm tired. So I think, that answers itself.
I think that's the same with everyone though. Like you got to get up and get into it.
Yeah.
If you oversleep, it's a bad thing.
But when it's cold ass Baltimore morning and you look outside and it's windy and raining, and you're just kind of like, you know.
You just want to stay in bed and cry.
Yep.
Nice. Any other challenges? I mean, that's pretty cool. I'm excited to hear about your goals for this week, actually.
It's been pretty exciting. I bought a boosted board, I think.
Oh yeah, cool.
That is the best investment I've ever made in my entire life. It's so much fun, and you just like I don't have to wait for Ubers anymore. I don't have to. I don't know. I used to hate the morning conversation with the Uber driver. I was oh, you're from England, the whole every day the same conversation.
Yeah.
And it's not how I like starting my day. But now boosted board is quicker to get to where I work. It's cooler.
Right.
It's fun. It gets you back. It wakes you up because you got the wind blowing in your face and you're going pretty quick. Like you're speeding down the road. And
Yeah. Did you used to skateboard? Like, are you a skateboarder? Could you skateboard?
I've never done it before.
Really?
Yeah.
And this still just carries you down, no problems, all
I
good,
picked it up
no.
super quick. It took me about an
Really?
hour to get the hang of it. Like at first you're a bit wobbly, but then after an hour, just.
Is it harder than skateboarding or easier? Do you think it's easier because of the powered control?
It's way easier because you don't have to force yourself forward, so you got that wobbly balance. Like you're just standing on it.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just stand on it and turn, and then you got brakes and go on the controller. And so you just kind of whiz down the road. You got to you have to stop somewhere, hit the brake. You kind of stop, and then you just go again. And it's super easy to balance, and it's a really high quality board, so you can turn really easily, and it's got kind of a suspension setup, so it can handle bumpy roads and stuff.
Because I'm an awful skateboarder, terrible. It's actually the first time I dislocated my shoulder was coming off the front of a skateboard in Santa Monica when I lived there in Los Angeles. It was the first time I dislocated it, yeah. It was quite awful and intense. And then I vowed I'm not a skateboarder, I suck at it.
I would have said the same thing, but I don't know, I'll bring it to South Africa and then you can have a go on it or something.
All right, you're bringing it there. Okay.
I'm bringing it everywhere.
I'll give it a bash.
This is like, it's my mode of transportation now. I've not taken it.
Nice.
Yeah, I just take it everywhere. And you can go far. It's got like a 7-mile range. And yeah, it's like the supermarket to the gym to wherever you're working to like the whole, you can get around the whole of the city on this thing. And it's, yeah. It's so
I love how you were saying like, I own every cool toy now.
It is a magical toy. It was, I don't know, for me it was like a magic moment because it made me realize, like I knew when I was a kid that I would be I knew like when you're at school, I'm like, I'm gonna be rich one day. I know I'm gonna be rich one day. But I always thought I'd be boring. Like, you know, when you're old and rich, you don't buy anything cool. But
yeah, like a brown Mercedes, just like
yeah. But I'm glad, like this is proof that I'm living my childhood dream. Like I've got
nice,
my
man.
drones,
I love
got
it.
my like thing, I got all kinds of crap. I got like a GoPro.
And that's what the freedom business is all about, right?
Yep.
So, all right, cool. Let's hit this week. Let's sign off on this week and let's get into it. So, my physical goals have actually changed a little bit. My weight loss has kind of stalled slightly.
Okay.
So my coach actually updated my calories, and those calories are lower, which is going to be interesting. So now we're at 13,285 a week total calories.
What's that per day?
It changes based on workout day versus rest day. So this is why we're measuring, because we do these calls weekly. We measure weekly. 13,285, but we need to add another 395 calories because Monday was yesterday, and I was still on the old calories. So it's going to be plus 395, and I've written this down. It's 13,285 plus 395, and then total protein's the same. It's 1,120. So as long as I've got under those calories and hitting the protein, all is well in the world.
Cool.
Also, I should probably write gym 4 times as well. It's kind of natural that I do this already, but you know, that's what's got to happen. I actually had my nan's birthday back in my hometown on the weekend, so I found a gym and hit that up. Whereas previously, I would think I would normally just go, oh well, it's nan's birthday, I'll just relax. It's, you know, I'm back in hometown. I don't really feel like finding a gym. I actually sought out a gym. I went there. I asked if they do casual membership. Turns out they do, and I busted out a really good workout to start the day. So, you know, these are the little ways that I feel that the accountability challenge really helps. Is that, you know, those times where you can like kid yourself a little bit or like talk yourself out of a task or an action. You kind of just like, well, I kind of have to do this, otherwise, like, I'm going to show up and donate some money to something I don't, you know, like, or just do.
You.
Yeah, the haunting. So, yeah, I think that's the value, the value in an accountability challenge like this. I don't know, I'm just absolutely loving it. So yeah, that's the physical goals. All right, let's go on to the business. Now, over the last couple of weeks, I've had just some interesting developments in the business in terms of there's 3 people right now who've kind of contacted me out of the blue in terms of taking on, actually it's about 4, in terms of taking on rather large scale business projects, which I'm really excited about. Some of them are really cool. Some of them are actually, you know, like some of them involve physical products, some of them involve just other, like building out cool campaigns. Basically, you know, me in the money room, basically writing unreal marketing campaigns that literally bring in the money for these businesses. So what I feel like I need to do right now is build a kind of a menu of services, my own menu of services.
Okay.
And this menu of services includes, you know, campaign building. It includes, you know, teleconferences and things. I've got people that contact me all the time. They just want to jump on a call and, you know, talk about their business or whatever. So I've literally got 5 people right now that are good to go and want to give me money basically to do this stuff. But I'm very wary of focusing on the right things versus, you know, in the early days of business, you just want to take on everything and just do everything and whatever.
Yeah.
I'm very wary of that. So I need to build a menu of services and lock that in. Yeah, so menu of services is pretty important. And then I have this whole board here which has all my projects on it. I don't know whether you've seen it. Actually, can you see? Oh no, that's another one behind me. But yeah, this one has like all projects and everything. And I need to sort of map it onto that board and make sure we can actually do it. So yet again, update my calendar for the year.
Okay.
So that's the first one. So that's pretty big actually. That's almost like a day's worth of work.
Yeah.
Then I've got more one-on-ones to complete. So that's going to be a big focus of this week. These are SSM members. I offered up a one-on-one consult with them. So yeah, we got that to tick off.
Shall we can you give me like a minimum amount of calls you have to do by the end of the week?
Yeah, I would say 10 min.
10 calls done. Okay.
Thank you for asking that too, by the way.
I know. I would have been the same. Just like do one and like, oh yes, I've done one. Okay. Oh.
Yeah, that's actually a really good way to do it. I also need to do an accounting and administration day, unfortunately. I keep putting this off. I keep trying to just do little bits and whatever here and there, and it's just not efficient. So I need to actually just book out a day and just do a full accounting and admin day. And I need to announce to our community our Las Vegas dates this week.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of questions about that.
Yeah, so that needs to get announced.
And of course the Macau blog post.
And of course the Macau blog post, let's put that in too.
Okay, that was a big week.
So it's a busy week, man. It's a really big week. But yeah, these are things that I feel need to get done this week. And it's Tuesday already, so I need to hustle to get this get this done. So all right, let's talk about Matt.
Alrighty, gym 4 times.
Yep.
2 cheat meals. Already had 1, so basically there's 1 more.
Yep.
Weight below 144. Those are the fitness ones.
Yep.
So work ones are, what have I written here? I'm trying to read my own handwriting. All right, so there's a marketing campaign I want to launch. It's, well, I need to kind of finish writing it.
Yep.
But yeah, it's kind of like I don't know, I need to figure out who but I'm basically going to target another software. You know how I showed you that tool where I can get the software stuff?
So is that's a cold email outreach campaign?
It's going to be a lot of things. It's going to be a combination of that. But because that thing lets me use like every single ad platform in the world to target them, it's going to be a combination of things, yeah. But there will be one cold email.
So what needs to be set up exactly in that launch? Like what needs to be ticked off?
So it's going to be cold campaigns, like what's the word? Where like it has a thing and a follow-up, like automated.
Yep.
So I need to set that up and finish writing it.
Follow-up sequence.
Yep. So that's going to be the main one for that. I also have, that's for the new company.
Yep.
I also need to do another email blast. This is to my own list.
Yep.
I need to schedule like an Easter promotion. Like I need to get an Easter kind of thing going on.
Yep.
So I need to write that marketing campaign and schedule it to send from my email thing.
Yep.
That's that one.
Yep.
I need to set up a cart abandonment follow-up sequence for the new thing. So the people that, you know, they think about buying, but then they enter their email and they're like, actually, I don't really want to pay anymore. And then I have like I'm not capturing their emails at the moment, so I need to capture those and chase them and say, hey, you should buy it still.
Nice.
So that's one. Yeah, I've also got This is just something I need to do, but it's not really a hard thing to do. So I've hired a pro guy to handle my Facebook ads, and it seems to be starting to take off now. So I need to do kind of like I guess like a management kind of catch-up-y, get on top of everything type of thing. And
is he profitable?
I would say not yet, but so the traffic's now profitable.
Yep.
But not profitable when
his campaigns aren't.
No, his campaigns are, but I'm paying him like $2,000, so I need to offset that before I can say it's profitable. But it's profitable if it wasn't for his fee.
Okay.
But I don't know, like it's looking promising. Like today was a really good day, and the end of last week was starting to really pick up too. So
nice.
If he can maintain that kind of momentum, then yeah, we're doing good. And if that's the case, he's better than I am at Facebook ads apparently. So I'm learning from him, which is good.
Yeah, that's really good.
The other thing I need to do is, I kind of did this one today, I just need to finish it. So, I mean, last week I set up the automation, but I had to build 2.0 today. That was what I was explaining earlier with like the Dropbox and stuff. So I had Trello was the first one which I built, and it was working, but it was a bit messy. Now we're on to the new one, and I've already done that. I wrote these down on yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
So that one's been done today.
So that one's good. Yep.
That's all I've got for now. So
that sounds good, man. That's a lot.
Yeah. So it's basically 2 marketing campaigns and a follow-up sequence I still need to do. But then I'm also going to be really busy with just general. I got like inquiry emails to deal with now for this new thing.
Yeah.
So
okay. Yeah. Of course.
I'm going to stick to those before I outsource them. But yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. That's a good week, man. Strong. I bet like it's kind of funny. Hey, just setting like big tasks for the week instead of just kind of floating through the week and going, oh, mate, might do this or whatever.
Yeah.
I think the accountability challenge really helps on that too, and gives a lot of clarity as to what needs to go on.
Yeah.
And setting things in advance is just so important. Even on a daily basis, I've found for me what works is, and one of the things that's been useful for me over the years is setting my tasks the night before for the next day. So, the absolute worst thing that you can do is wake up on a particular day and go, all right, so what do I do with today? And then map that. And by the time you map that and do that, which takes one sort of part of your brain, which is like the visual and visionary component, then you map your tasks and then you go, okay, now I better get to work. Then you've got to force yourself to go from that visual sort of visionary type part of your brain over to the execution mode of the brain. And that transition takes a bit of time and it's inefficient. So if you can just do the visual part and set the tasks the night before, then you wake up and you go, all right, task 1, and then you just go at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think there's also a benefit to where you kind of set yourself slightly harder goals. Like you'll do things that if you're like waking up and you're like, okay, today I should, you'll put off, you're like, I won't do that one today. That one can wait.
Yeah, true.
But if you're like Sunday night setting this up for the week or the day before or whatever, you're gonna be like, yeah, this is tomorrow Matt's problem. He can do that. And, yeah.
Tomorrow Matt, yeah, exactly. And I guess you're finding, tomorrow Matt's problem having like 2 workouts, like creep up on you on the Saturday. That's pretty aggressive.
Yeah, good old Friday, Saturday workouts were not fun.
All right, man. Cool. Well, yeah, I'm good. I'm good to go. I want to dive into this week. I don't know about you. Anything else that you want to add? You want to chat to anyone about? Say what's up?
No.
Has anyone sent you any Quest bars yet? I did eat Josh's Quest bars, by the way, which were really good.
No, I haven't got any Quest bars. I've been checking the mail. I've got nothing.
No presents.
I think we should make my address in like big letters on the screen right now. Just see what happens.
Well, and then you have 6 dudes rock up asking you how to build a freedom business. So good luck with that.
Yeah, my Uber driver will find me again and he will. I found where you live now.
Let's hang out. Build me a business, Matt.
Yeah, just do it for me. Why not? Yeah, for anyone who does send me anything, I will do an unboxing video on the next call. So
Here we
if you
go.
want a nice unboxing,
How can they get in touch with you if they want to send you something?
I don't know, matt@timothymark.com.
Done. All right, beautiful. All right, well, let's sign up for this week. Very, very cool. Any comments or questions, please put them below in the actual blog post. So in these blog posts, I'm actually pulling out all the kind of cool ideas that we discuss on these calls and little interesting findings and learnings, and putting them in the actual Macau Challenge blog post. So I think they're really valuable, you know, on a week-to-week basis. Just pulling out those little gold nuggets and discussing them as well. And I am yet to see you fail on a week, Matt. So I do look forward to that, to be honest, because I want to see some sort of disastrous, you know.
I really
thing
thought I
that we
was
can-
going to fail this week.
Right.
When I was watching those gym things, I was like, and I was so hungry for like pizza or something, and I'd have both. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. This is tough.
Well, did well.
Yeah, that was a tough one. So we'll see what happens.
No worries. All right, man. Well, signing off. Enjoy your week. You know, we'll be chatting in the Slack group, and yeah, good luck with it all.
Alrighty. See you next week.
Cheers, mate. See you next week. Okay, so there we have it. There is Macau Challenge for week ending, week number 3. We're now in week 4. I still can't believe we're a month into it, or almost a month into it now. Very excited, very happy to hit these tasks, and yeah, hope you enjoyed the catch up with Matt. Any comments or questions, and especially anything that you'd like us to discuss on this weekly call, or you know, go into more depth on, feel free. You know, we've scheduled a good catch-up call, at least an hour here for Matt and I to catch up, and obviously both Freedom Business Builders, both smashing it. So anything that you need help with on your own challenge, please put it in the comments section on the blog post below, and we'll be sure to chat about this stuff next week on the call. All right, hope you have a good week too, and I'm excited to see what we come up with for week 4. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.